everybody, I'm Latoya and I talk about faith, family, and business. And yes, I have my MacBook here so I can stay on topic, y'all, because I can get off on a tangent and we could be talking about something else like cooking some pastries or doing something random or when we can plan our next vacation. So with that being said, I'm Latoya. I talk about faith, family, and business. And the purpose of this video today, quite honestly, everybody, is the information wasn't available to us when we were younger. As far as like millennials, our parents might not have known how to do certain things, so we can't fault our parents. But because information is readily available for us now, we have access to the internet and things like Instagram, where you can easily go to people's website, their pages, and ask them information. And if you interact with them often enough, they will take notice of you and then start to answer your questions, start to build a relationship. That stuff wasn't really available to us in the days of Yahoo and dial-up and things like that. I'm pretty sure it was much harder. Now I feel like the playing field is much more even. I literally can walk to countries through my digital footprint, literally going to different people's social media pages and just like chiming in, and they're like, oh, hey, Latoya, it's easy now. So anyways, I'm so serious about putting my kids forward, like way ahead than I was when I was their age. I want them to be better. And I also want to include your kids as well. And just you, like sometimes you may not know, you're like, well, I still need the help. So with that being said, I'm in the tech and real estate industries. I'm an executive in the tech industry, and I didn't get there until it was this boot camp course that I took just a few years ago. I was absolutely a late bloomer. And so I was like, man, if this was years ago, I would have been trying to go get another 4-year degree. I would have been probably trying to go get a job through traditional means, and that stuff would have delayed me so bad. But then because of the internet, and because of information being readily available, I got connected to a guy that was online, and he was talking about his testimony, how he went from like Uber to a crash course to now he scaled up to $1 million. And yes, he had a tech position. He was a sales engineer, if I'm not mistaken, but he started to teach the information online, and he did like affiliate links and things like that. And do you know, if you have like affiliate links, if you partner with different people, you can make a massive amount of life-changing money. Okay, yes, I did get a little too close to the camera, but y'all get the point. So with that being said, we're living in a generation where too many people were taught how to work for money, but not how to make money work for them. Y'all, I can go levels deep on this because this needs to stop with us, okay? I don't want any of us to feel like we have to continue to work for money. There are ways that we can create passive income. You could do e-commerce and so many other businesses now that were not readily available to us when we were younger. So this is going to be like a 5-part thing, but I'm going to do all 5 parts in a condensed fashion on this video. So if you're ready, say ready in the comments, okay? Type ready if you've made it to this point. And also don't forget to please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. So number 1, number 1 is the call to build legacy. Now, I don't want to get too far in the weeds, but I'm going to expound upon this point in a more in-depth fashion, but I'm going to read off what I have here. So family, it's time to shift the conversation from go get a job to go create opportunities, okay? So a job is fine because I have a job. I definitely have a job, okay? But it should be a stepping stone to fund your dream, not the final destination. We have to raise children who understand that ownership is the key to financial freedom. Like those people who own, they rule the world, period, okay? So freedom of time, freedom of choice, and freedom of direction. Now, I can go levels deep with this because I feel like we should all have a job. Like if you're starting off with at mud level, I didn't have money growing up and I'm building money now. So with that being said, I feel like a lot of people get jobs and you should only use that job to fund your life. That means that you should use that money and whatever business that you have started or you want to start, from each paycheck, you need to like allocate those funds in a different way or start a side hustle, because baby, I'm not far and beyond having those side hustles. I've done Uber, I've done Lyft, Instacart, all those different things. I even had I worked in the at-home call center, and I was making very, very, very little dollars years ago, back about 10 years ago when I first started. But it was time freedom for me because I found a way to work around my children's schedules. That meant that I wanted to be able to pick them up and sit in their carpool lanes without having to ask my employer, can I go and get my kids from school? No. So I created my own income, and you can create that type of income. But even with that, there were limitations because at that point in time, 10 years ago, it was not a lot of money at that particular position. Hold on, you all. Okay, so I'm literally in the hallway, and so that light is on a sensor, so I do apologize about that. Now, there is so much to be said about that, but I want you all to position your kids to get ahead. If they have a job, go ahead and start to tell them how they can start to do side hustle businesses to fund their passion. Get started. Like I told my oldest daughter, listen, she's already in taxes and financial services. She's dealing with fraud right now. She goes against the people who are like in fraud. I mean, I don't want to go too far down the line, but the girl is a bad girl. Okay. All right. So number 2, teaching our kids early. So you want to teach them early what you learn late. And you cannot be jealous of your kids because there are parents out there is just like, well, you got to get it out the paint like I did. Well, you know what? You're a crappy parent if you feel like your kids have to get it all the way from mud level and struggle like you did. At least enable them, even if you have a good name. If you started a company, if you're building different things, I want you to enable them in some sort of way, even if it's just by information. Get it out to them. I don't care if you send them some information like a PDF and say, hey, I'm laying it out for you. No, I'm not going to go out and do it for you, but I'm laying out step by step by step. Go to the business office, go get a name, go get this, go get that. And I want you to start your business. Or if you want them to start an Etsy shop, if you want them to start something online, teach them how to do it. People need information. Most of the time, like I tell new people in my life, I have logistical questions. It's not, can I do it? What's the first step for me to start? Because that's just it. Like, how do I start? Starting is number 1. You got to lay it out for me. I got to be able to see it, feel it, and also almost taste it, okay? Now, let's be honest. The best way to teach our kids about business is to let them see us do it. So most of the time you realize if your kids see that you're in entrepreneurship, they're going to be more attracted to the things that you have access to. Like, for example, when I went to go from my previous car and then I went to go get a Range Rover, my kids then were like, hey, so I want a Range Rover or above. I want this or that. I've got my kids around aviation. So my oldest daughter, she got in Civil Air Patrol and she got around the aviation industry, that sort of thing. My kids have always seen me be in tech. And so my son, my son also watched my dad as well. My dad did the hardware portion. My son knows how to do the hardware and the software portion of life. And that's going to be able to be a scalable business as the years go by. This guy has just built his computer from scratch. He took his money that he had on hand to buy a computer that he always wanted. And so it's for gaming purposes. And then he went on to find out how to do UEFN maps and then started to monetize his life. It is available to you and your children. So that's why I started involving my kids in everything that I do. Like, I literally remember years ago when I was like just straight up a hot mess. Post-divorce, was going to different meetings. I would be late night in meetings, taking my double stroller with me. And literally, I was sitting in a room full of millionaires and they shut down the restaurant, and my oldest daughter got a chance to be in the restaurant with us. And they helped her with her homework. Why? Because number 1, they saw the drive within their mom. They were like, listen, you out here trying to get this information, and baby, we're going to help you. If you came out here crazy enough with a double stroller and you believed in yourself enough to show up, there's this magic behind showing up, baby. You can get so many more things from people when you show up. Showing up is half the battle. Because when you get in a place with those people, guess what? They're going to want to be able to help you no matter what. They see your drive. They see your tenacity. You got to show up. Okay, that's another portion now. I want to get down in the weeds now. So my daughter works with me in the at-home call center. So she already has her own position. My son builds the Fortnite maps. Like I've already told you, my youngest, she knows how to crochet and bake. This girl, we're getting ready to go deliver to her customer who is already paid a few minutes ago. Maybe like an hour ago. They paid her a little while ago for an order. It was like late at night, after midnight. Sent me a private message. Hey, I want a dozen of whatever she makes and send me the price. And y'all think that it's too hard to build a business? Baby, I don't care if you start to bake and tell people on your social media instead of like sharing crap and mess. Go and tell them, listen, go meet us at this parking lot and I'm going to sell baked goods until they're gone. I remember this one guy that's local. He's not local, but he comes here, and because of he saw that there was a need, he goes to fish. He goes deep sea fishing, or however you go to get the shrimp from the ocean. He goes, he has a shrimp boat, and he goes to the ocean, gets the shrimp, comes back in town, and he had signs on the side of the road. Now, when I first saw him, he just had the posters out there. Then people were like, hey, I want to know whenever you're coming back in town, and I want to be able to get these shrimp whenever you come into town, okay? So he started building an email list, okay? Do you all see where I'm going with this? Because, baby, sometimes you just got to start with the poster. And then you build up your network by a mailing list. You don't have to have a big network to start your business. Stop with the excuses. You cannot have excuses if you want to be paid. And you got to be relentless and sort of delusional to have faith in yourself when you got to create something out of nothing. Okay, so now this guy has such a major network, he can kind of talk a little bit sassy. I'm going to be over here and I'm going to be over there. It's going to be first come, first served basis. So if you didn't get it by my cutoff time on Wednesday when I'm taking orders, then you're going to do first come, first served basis on Saturday. I'm going to be there from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'll be at this location and also the second location. We're going to sell until we sell out. Do you see what I'm saying? People start businesses because there is a need. He had something that nobody else had around town because we're a couple of hours from the ocean. And so especially with the bad press of radioisotopes in the shrimp, it is so much better for us to get it directly from the ocean. So you know what, whenever you position yourself to be ahead of the curve, then when the curve actually hits, you're already there and people already know you because you have made a name for yourself. Stop with the excuses. Go ahead and put yourself in line and in place. Now, here we go. They're learning early that you can turn what you love into something profitable, that your gift will make room for you if you take it seriously. Now, y'all, I'm not trying to make this video long, but I'm trying to drive the point home. Part 3, okay? Creating a culture of ownership. I learned this late. I learned it late. I was severely in debt. I learned this concept late. But do you all think that I'm going to allow my children to learn it late? No, I'm not. I refuse. I'm going to get them around people who are far greater than I am, that will be able to give them information that I never would have had access to, and then they can teach them. I'll give them the burden of teaching them something that I absolutely don't know. You cannot be jealous of your kids. And yes, there are parents who are jealous of their kids and don't want them to have that information because it's like, I don't want you to be better than me. What's wrong with you? You should want your kids to be able to stand on your shoulders and jump even higher than they've ever been before. I would position them at the base of the mountain and let them walk up and say, hey, this is the mountain to walk up so you can become financially free. Okay? All right. So we have to normalize talking about money. You know how many people tell us like, oh, well, it's taboo talking about money. No, sweetie. It's taboo it shouldn't be taboo when a lot of us have like massive debt, student loan debt, you have credit card debt, you have so many inquiries and all sorts of things on your credit profile, and you can't get like even a can of beans with your credit. Like, I want us to start talking about money, because if we start having those conversations, it's going to be a lot of financial freedom that happens over the next few years. Enable our kids to get to where we've never been before. And then they'll turn back around and be able to help you as well. Watch what I tell you. Now, We have to normalize talking about money, credit, business, and investments around our kids. At the dinner table, in the car, whenever we can. Because the truth is, the earlier they learn, the faster they grow, okay? Put this information in front of them. If they can learn these rap songs, R&B songs, and they can get on TikTok and get these trends, baby, they can get this information about stocks and stock options, 401ks. They can get information about Forex trading. They can get information about private equity funds, hedge funds, and things of that sort. They can learn about trust funds, all of those things. Put those kids in position because they can learn everything else. They can learn what's necessary to prevail in this lifetime. Ownership isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about freedom. No, like, a lot of religious people will say, oh, the love of money. No, money is sinful. No, the love of money is the root of all evil. So if you're just in love with money, you just do any and everything for money. You don't care for people or whatever else. Then that's a sin. That's a problem. But money answers a lot of things. So for example, I'm pretty sure if I give you all $20,000 each right now, if I gave you all $20,000 each right now, you all would have something that you would want to apply it to. But 90% of you all wouldn't know how to allocate it the right way because you have not been taught what to do with money if somebody gave it to you. I'm pretty sure if I told you right now, hey, I want you to tell me the amount that you need to receive from me so that you can be 100% debt free, you wouldn't be able to tell me because you don't know. 95,000? So she said 95,000, but I'm pretty sure the rest of you all, you wouldn't be able to tell me the amount of dollars you need right now to make you completely debt free. That includes your student loans, that includes everything that's on your credit profile, and all of those things that's just like things that you're not documenting right now. There are some things that if I gave it to you right now, what's the actual number? I'm pretty sure you don't know. I need for you to start putting your affairs together. Get your money questions answered when you start to get around the right people. All right, so when our kids know they can build something for themselves, they walk differently, they think differently, and they dream bigger. Baby, when I get my kids around certain scenarios and they're around certain levels of money and they're getting media trained and things like that, they get so empowered. They're like, oh man, this is another part of life. Hold on, you all. Okay, so y'all already know I'm on a sensor in the hallway. So anyways, number 4, breaking the cycle. Because you got to break generational curses, and it should start with you. Start with you. If it didn't start before, start it with you. You can do it. Break the generational curse. You all should not be broke past your generation. Your kids should have the enablement to live wherever they want to live, because even if you can't afford it right now, you can give them the information to get there, okay? So many of us grew up hearing, go to school, get a job, and you'll be set. You'll be all set. You want that American dream. It's the husband and wife, and one girl, one boy, the white picket fence, and probably a dog. They don't normally talk about a cat. No offense to the cat owners, but let me tell you this. Listen, baby, a lot of times people are getting married later now because they're trying to double down on their careers and trying to find non-traditional ways of making money. And so this is what I want you all to know. But y'all, we know that's not always the case anymore. The world has completely changed, right? Can you agree? We've got to equip our kids with more. Entrepreneurship is right at the top. Entrepreneurship, financial literacy, creativity, and digital skills. Let's say it again. Entrepreneurship. Financial literacy. Creativity. And digital skills. Thank you, Brycey. So when they see us balancing faith, family, and business, because that's what this channel is all about. And if you've made it to this point so far, I want you to please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you again. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, especially if you're gaining some value. And if you stayed this far, this long, come on, baby. It's a lot to value after this. Like you ate for free. For free, honey. Like that video. It's free. They see what's possible. They see that wealth isn't just about money. It's about walking in purpose. And so part 5, you all. Part 5. If you're ready for part 5, I want you to say ready. All right, put that in the comment section. All right, so this isn't just about our kids. This is about the generations after them. So I used to say 5 generations deep, because we should be able to help our children, our children's children, all the way down to 5 generations deep. If you're not leaving an inheritance, what are you doing? Like, are you just selfish enough just to live for yourself? And why? You should want to be able to be a blessing to the generations to come, okay? So we have to create a legacy of builders, creators, and innovators. So start where you are, have the conversation, show them how to save, invest, and create, period. Because we're not just raising kids, we're raising the future, okay? So jobs are fine, but the end goal, you can have a job, but get you some financial freedom. That means building your empire. And so with that being said, I'm Latoya Johnson, and on this channel we talk about faith, family, and business. If you're building a legacy for your family, I want you to drop a heart in the comments and tell me one thing you're teaching your kids about money and business this year. I want that heart in the comments, and let me know what you're doing this year to change your children's lives. Remember, it's not just about us. It's about those coming after us, okay? Let's build something meaningful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Bye, everybody.